Women for Trump organization in the works. So we are getting the grassroots late. When I say we, the Trump supporters. But I think the campaign is making strides finally to get organized.
Sure. What a tragedy to have Hillary supposedly representing the ascension of women. I mean, what a joke. This is horrible. I wouldn't want her representing me.
Yeah, as I said the other day, glass ceiling my ass. This woman is privileged. She is abusive. She is a domestic violator. She is.
She's been running the country pretty much for 20 years. We've been living under her policies.
But she lectures us about domestic violence. She lectures us against violence against women and rape when she's a domestic violator, when she has punched, scratched, and thrown things at Bill and multiple Secret Service agents. Not
sure,
one.
It's all coming out. So let me ask you this. It's two quick ones. I want to let you go, and I appreciate your time. Can you get into any of the intrigue in New York, or is that all inside campaign stuff?
Well, what I refer to is the many moving pieces it takes for a monolith like this to shift. And Trump moved off of the Trump University issue and on to this offensive issue at a key time. Alex, I have to go, so I appreciate being with you.
All right, thank you, Roger Stone. Roger Stone at stonezone.com. Talk to you soon. Yeah, he was only supposed to be on for like 10 minutes. You hear the next call coming in. I tell you, that guy is a maniac. He works like 18 hours a day. No wonder he's been out there for so long. And he's been a pretty big insider, but for 15 years, he's been exposing the New World Order. And I like Roger Stone. He's a friend of mine now. I really like him. You know, I'm kind of bored hanging out with most people. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to parties, or even Hollywood stuff's boring. But characters like Roger Stone, that's interesting. Wow. We've got a bunch of other guests coming up and a bunch of news and a bunch of Donald Trump clips I haven't gotten to. They just get better and better. But before I tell you what's coming up next, our reporters, obviously, that witnessed what happened out in California and more. Just briefly, Hillary for President shirts. We had one variant that also helps fund the whole show, so it's a win-win, that I said was going to be a collector's item, and it was. So we stopped making that one and made some changes to it because it was so popular. When this new variant sells out, we have a limited amount. It's a 4.9 star review, men and women style shirt, unisex. We will come out with a new version that is pretty much the same, just has on the right arm, Infowars.com. So when this sells out, it's gone. I've told the crew we're not making this anymore. A new design is coming out. It's pretty much the same. It just says Infowars.com on the right shoulder in red. And on the back, it says Legalize Freedom, Infowars.com in white. I'm going to have that changed to white. And on the arm, it's going to be red. And that is the rest of the story. If you want to support the broadcast and get a great shirt to meet like-minded people and go to different rallies and stuff, this is the shirt. I'm wearing it today. Infowarsstore.com. This version says Hillary for President 2016 till the end of time. You can also call toll-free if you'd like the shirt to give it to your grandchildren, your husband, your wife, your boss, your crew, your coworkers, your neighbors. 888-253-3139, 888-253-3139. And Ancient Defense is back in stock, a great product that we have. And then also Living Defense, and that's something we've been out of for almost 5-6 months. We only had it in once. It's got so many ingredients, and to have the highest quality, have it test totally clean and pure. We just can't make stuff sometimes really at the highest standards. That's how this works. The planet's so contaminated. It's so expensive to test these, but it should be like $80. It's $34.95. Oh, I forgot to add it's a discount. It's a huge bottle. In fact, I asked them to bring me a bottle earlier. Could somebody bring me a bottle so I can wave it around maybe? Yeah, well, c'est la vie, whatever. Again, I'm like in Hitler's bunker here. Great crew, just not enough people. So Living Defense available at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com. Takes you right to the subpage. It is a big bottle with a whole bunch of caplets in it. And I just want to encourage everyone to go to InfoWarsStore.com. And bottom line, this will kick out the parasites, you name it. It's so good for you. It supports the broadcast, so you can't lose. And, of course, you can cut to me here with a wide shot for TV viewers. Has 120 capsules. They're horse pills. A dietary supplement. It's in powder form for better absorption. And it's to knock out harmful organisms, harmful organism cleansing. And it is just an amazing product. I never knew it would be our per capita bestseller. We only had it in once. Sold out in 2 days. And now it's back. And I just have really tried to ramp up production, but who knows? Bottom line, support the broadcast, support your own health, knock out those bad guys. We got, Hillary is the parasite, George Soros, but those are the big giant ones. Well, we also have the little teensy-weensy, little baby ones, in there having a good time. And all other organisms, deer go up to eat certain plants that help them get detoxified. It's available on InfoWarsLife.com. I've had a few Democrats I'm friends with who kind of secretly agree with me and know what's going on with their politics, so they go along with it. So alone, so alone. But they're funny folks, interesting. I've known them a long time, so I still associate with them occasionally. And they call up laughing at me and stuff. Oh, Hillary's winning. Oh, Hillary. And I tell them, I say, you have any idea how successful I'm going to be if Hillary gets into office versus Donald Trump? Because these people are all going with her from a sociopathic perspective. They're not sociopaths, but they can get in that mindset. I've bet on Donald Trump. He gets in and doesn't deliver or die trying, I'm going to have some problems. But I can't just sit here and think about having a perfect record and playing it safe, okay? In a time in history like this, I got to get aggressive. Everybody knows when Democrats are in office, talk radio, libertarian media only grows. Okay, we'll be looking probably at layoffs around here if Donald Trump gets in. But I'm fighting as hard as I can to get Trump in. I'd love to be able to have this country so free I could stop doing it. Of course, that'll never happen. But, I mean, really, I wouldn't be just risking my life and doing all this to fight these people. I mean, you think I want to go to Cleveland and all these places? Really? No. I want to go up against the New World Order? These people are killers. But I'm a man and I'm doing it. Because I won't back down. I'll stand my ground. We got that in bumper music somewhere. I never hear it played. Let's go ahead and, look, I got a bunch of Trump clips coming in the next segment and some guests, but I'm going to go ahead and play this one more time. It's so powerful. Donald Trump blast Hillary and the rigging. I'm going to get to that next, but first, I want to play Donald Trump where he absolutely destroys the rigged system and how corrupt she is. Let's play that clip one more time. It's so powerful.
There's one thing we all have learned. We can't fix the rigged system by relying on and I mean this so strongly, on the very people who rigged it. And they rigged it. And do not ever think anything differently. We can't solve our problems by counting on the politicians who created our problems. The Clintons have turned the politics of personal enrichment into an art form for themselves.
That's courage. That's a man right there. This is hardcore.
They've made hundreds of millions of dollars selling access, selling favors, selling government contracts, and I mean hundreds of millions of dollars. Secretary Clinton even did all of the work on a totally illegal private server.
That's right. Take a tour.
Something that how she's getting away with this, folks, nobody understands. Designed to keep her corrupt dealings out of the public record, putting the security of the entire country at risk, and a president in a corrupt system is totally protecting her. Not right. I am going to give a major speech on probably Monday of next week.
Get ready.
And we're going to be discussing all of the things that have taken place.
Oh, we got to get Nichols on.
You're going to find it very informative.
Because we communicate with Trump through Nichols, and he had to communicate with him yesterday, and so we need to get Nichols on tomorrow. I shouldn't have moved him yesterday, but just stay there. Stay there. I knew about this speech on Monday from Nichols, actually Sunday from Nichols. He told me this big speech was coming up, and he was working with them, but it obviously doesn't want to be interfaced openly. They'll communicate through this portal. Let's get Nichols on tomorrow. We'll be back. Before I go to our guest who was at the bottom of the hour, then we have Leanne McAdoo, Joe Biggs, and others who did an incredible job last night covering Hillary stealing the election on the West Coast. Dr. Gribbs can be joining us, popping in via video Skype from his medical offices. But before we do that, I've got some extremely powerful Trump clips I haven't gotten to. I played the one twice where he just says they're total criminals, they've rigged everything. We're going to play a clip where he says they've defeated the rigged system so far. Yeah, Sanders didn't. But first, he talks about America first. This is what they call racist and evil. all the communist Chinese that killed, 84 million of their own people under Mao and tens of millions since and have execution vans and, oh, they're going to lecture us and the Saudi Arabians who head up the UN Human Rights Board. And there's news on that today where they kill little kids, so that's getting covered. All of this craziness is here. All of this is happening and unfolding, and this is another outrage when he says the great evil. No, it's not mother or father, those words being banned, or male or female bathrooms. No. It's America first. Why? That the country might actually be for the country, not a bunch of foreign interests that came in and took it over. Let us play the blasphemy, the heresy. Let us play the anathema. Let us play the black magic to the New World Order. The inversion of their system you're about to hear out of the heretic's mouth, according to them, Donald J. Trump.
On foreign policy, we will never enter into any conflict unless it makes us safer as a nation. It has to make us safer as a nation. This is
Al-Qaeda in Syria didn't help?
Hillary's foreign policy, which invaded Libya, destabilized Iraq, unleashed ISIS, and threw Syria into chaos, and created the mass migration, which is wreaking havoc all over the world. And while putting Iran on the path to nuclear weapons and making them a dominant power in the Middle East. And they are dominant, and we have made them that way, folks. We have made them that way.
And then,
better hope I'm president.
And then they call him anti-Semitic because he doesn't want to give Israel's enemies nuclear weapons. Our reporters are there via Twitter asking reporters that are at Bilderberg, allowed in, 3 of them, hey, talk to us. They go, I don't talk to anti-Semites. What? It's just like, no. Oh, you don't like Obamacare? You're racist. Oh, you don't like a judge, part of a race-based group, La Raza, to rule on Trump when his law firm heads up a boycott against Trump? Why didn't Trump say, this guy's law firm heads up a boycott of me, he should recuse himself? It's just I actually like the fact he's like a bull in a china shop, but he opens up for him. But that's the good thing. He doesn't care. So you know what? I like it. I like it. You look at Trump, he hires more Hispanic people on average into management positions and women than any other major chain like he owns. Look it up. They've done stories. But he won't even defend himself. He doesn't care because he's such an animal. And I love it. It takes an animal to get up there and say Hillary's a total criminal and go over evidence of it. I mean, he knows she's a murdering criminal. She knows she's a major mob boss. So let's go ahead and go to this next clip here. Turned down Gingrich's $200 million that Adelson offered. Told you that was happening. Gingrich came out against him. Told you we've got the zeitgeist, and not just through Stone. I'll tell you, Nichols, I already believe Nichols, but his credibility went way up with what he told me this weekend, and I was still like, yeah. And then he told me Trump's coming out next week with this big speech, and boom. And I talked to Stone about it. The point is, it's all just intrigue. It's incredible. Let's play one more clip, and I'm going to go to our guest, who's just popping in today with some updates and some other medical news. Let's go ahead and play Trump says we beat a rigged system. And you know what? We have so far when Sanders failed. Here it is.
Every election year, politicians promise change. Obama promised change, and it didn't work out too well. And every year, they fail to deliver. Why would politicians want to change a system that's totally rigged in order to keep them in power? That's what they're doing, folks. Why would politicians want to change a system that's made them and their friends very, very wealthy? I beat a rigged system by winning with overwhelming support, the only way you could have done it. Landslides all over the country, with every demographic on track to win 37 primary caucus victories in a field that began with 17 very talented people.
The man right there. Folks, the reason I personally told Ron Paul in his second run, and I told him in his first run for president, well, there was one before that in the 80s, but as a libertarian, but as a Republican, I said, listen, you got to get rid of Jesse Benton. I said, I don't want to get in your business, but these decisions, and I'm not a political person when I'm watching it, and I said, you got to admit they're stealing these early states, because he was winning these early states. And he goes, well, Ron Paul, he's talking about it on air. Well, they'll just say I got sour grapes. He's talked about this on air. Some of this has been public. I've been only telling you secrets. It's just little stuff during the breaks talking to him. He wouldn't do it because he thought it was sour grapes. If it's true, it's true. And that's what I love about Trump. I've been telling him day one, when they were stealing early stuff from him, go crazy about it. And then you go, he's going to lose saying they're rigging it. That's just him, you know. No, expose the whole stinking thing or they'll steal it. With Donald Trump rallied against the rigged elections, he could make our elections free and open again, folks. People always